Good morning, everybody.
I guess they've been humbled out.
Yeah. We'll talk about that today, too. We'll probably start off with that. Actually, we're going to start with that.
I really have nothing to say. I mean, I'll think of a rant later. We were going on a subject.
Well, we'll talk about that first. Army versus Navy. I think yesterday was the 120th meeting between
Nothing
them.
all queued up.
It will be. It will be.
You got to do the station ID.
Yeah.
You are listening to the voice of Southeastern Massachusetts with news, sports, and talk. AM 1530 WVBF and FM 2599 DD 99.7 Middleboro, Taunton.
I love how that music was at the beginning of the news.
With Chris
It's
Barnes.
perfect.
About 4,000 more U.S. troops reportedly heading home from Afghanistan soon. The White House plans to make the announcement this week. According to NBC News, that would leave fewer than 9,000 U.S. troops in that country. Word coming just days after a special representative for Afghanistan reconciliation rejoined talks with the Taliban. LSU quarterback Joe Burrow is the 2019 Heisman Trophy winner. After an emotional acceptance speech at the ceremonies in New York last night,
Yeah.
Burrow told reporters,
When I got up there, all the names of people that have helped me get here from when I was 5 years old to this year at LSU, they came running through my mind, and that's why I got so overwhelmed, because so many people have helped me get here.
Meanwhile, Navy won the Army-Navy game 31-7, a game that President Trump attended in Philadelphia. This is USA Radio News.
Hello, this is Wayne Allen Root, relentless conservative warrior, middle-class warrior, and always Trump warrior. I have a message for my fellow patriots across America. President Trump is making America great again. He's the only president of my lifetime who is keeping his promises, and his biggest promise is to build that wall. President Trump can only do it with our help. If Congress won't fund Trump's wall, we will. President Trump is one man against the world, and what globalists and socialists around the world want is clear, open borders. It's time to take a stand. We either build a wall, or it's the end of the greatest nation in world history ever blessed by God. That's why I founded the Root for the Wall PAC. 63 million Trump voters together will raise the money President Trump needs for the wall. Anyone who donates $100 or more will get a beautiful commemorative wall brick. Display it proudly. Call 844-ROOT-WALL. That's toll free, 844-ROOT-WALL. Or go to rootwall.com. We will build this wall together. Call 844-ROOT-WALL or go to rootwall.com. Root for the Wall PAC. Paid for and responsible for this content. This message not authorized by any candidate or candidate committee. Rootwall.com.
In the Philippines, that's the sound of people panicked in a shopping mall after a magnitude 6.8 earthquake strikes early today. The U.S. Geological Survey says it was about 17 miles beneath the Earth's surface. At least one person is confirmed dead, dozens injured. It happened on the island of Mindanao. China says it's suspending tariffs it had planned to impose tomorrow on some U.S. goods, including wheat, corn, vehicles, auto parts, and other American-made products. China's Tariff Commission says the tariffs had been suspended because a Phase 1 trade agreement between the U.S. and China was reached on Friday. The deal reduces some U.S. tariffs in exchange for what U.S. officials said would be a big jump in Chinese purchases of American farm products and other goods. And you're listening to USA Radio News.
Friends and family, I've told you about the great sleep I get with my MyPillow every night. Well, right now you can get a great deal and extra safety, because if you go to mypillow.com, click on the radio listener special, get their buy one, get one free offer on the MyPillow Premium Pillow. Your 60-day money-back guarantee goes all the way through March 1st, 2020. That's now through December 25th. When you go to mypillow.com, click on the radio listener special and use my promo code USA.
Family and friends mourning the death of the kosher deli worker who was killed in the Jersey City, New Jersey shootings last week. Funeral services held yesterday for 49-year-old Douglas Miguel Rodriguez. Meanwhile, a Keyport, New Jersey pawn shop owner is now under arrest in connection with those deadly shootings last Tuesday. The FBI says 35-year-old Ahmed Ahadi's phone number was found written on a piece of paper in one of the dead shooting suspect's pockets. Ahadi is a convicted felon with weapons charges. He's not allowed to own firearms, but officials say they found numerous rifles, handguns, and shotguns in his store, and hundreds of rounds of ammo at his home. Authorities looking into whether the guns used in the shooting may have come from the pawn shop. That attack is being investigated now as domestic terrorism that targeted the Jewish community. On a lighter note,
You're in my heart, you're in my soul. You be my breath, should I roll?
singer Rod Stewart setting a record in the UK with a new album, You're in My Heart. Rod Stewart with the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra. It's number one on the British chart, breaking Paul Simon's record for being the oldest man to reach number one in the UK. Rod Stewart just turned 75. And for USA Radio News, I'm Chris Barnes.
The opinions expressed on this program are those of the host and do not express the views of WVBF ownership or Hometown Talk Radio. Content aired on all programs are those of the host and their guests. Hey, Joey, what's happening? I mean, what's happening in Middleboro and surrounding towns? It's time for the Middleboro Week in Review with your host, Joey Driscoll. Stay tuned for news, Middleboro news, here on AM 1530 WVBF. Hey, Joey, what's happening?
Good morning. My name is Joey Driscoll. I am here with Dawn. How are you, Dawn?
Good morning, Joey. Beautiful Sunday morning.
Very beautiful Sunday morning. It's in the 40s.
Last week it was 11.
Yeah, it's actually pretty nice out today.
All the snow is melted. All that dangerous, crazy ice has melted. So that's good. I guess until it snows again. They're talking snow maybe midweek. A little bit more snow, another couple inches before it turns to rain. But who knows?
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. Weather is unpredictable, and we could get a few inches of snow, or we could get nothing.
It's one thing I think I want you to look into. I'm not 100% sure. Today's the 15th,
Yes.
Sunday, and next Sunday is the 22nd, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so which is the longest Sunday? Today or next Tuesday? Next Sunday.
You mean shortest Sunday?
That's what I meant, yeah, the shortest Sunday. Time-wise, for being daylight.
I don't know. I'm guessing next week.
Well, isn't it the 21st?
21st is the winter solstice.
Right, so that's supposed to be isn't that supposed to be the longest? No, then it has to be next Sunday then, because we still got another 4 days
Yes.
of shortening up, but next week, the days start getting longer.
By a minute.
By 30 seconds or 45. That's something to look forward to, though.
Yeah.
Because you really start noticing it around February.
Yeah.
When it's, when it's light. It's almost 6 o'clock. It's tough to realize that when you have 10 feet of snow around you and it's cold. But you do notice it. It's a morale boost, I think.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So something to look forward to next week.
43 degrees in Taunton, here at the center of the universe. Here at 123 Broadway in Taunton, Massachusetts.
You gotta back that up, Joe.
What?
Plush.
The plush
22nd.
century studios here in Taunton. We're here at WVBF 1530 AM, 99.7
I
FM.
gotta look at the new studio. That's 23rd century. That is beautiful, beautiful place. Oh my God! I think you got your own office, Joe.
Really?
No. I'm just joking. You don't get your own office.
All right. So we can also be heard on TuneIn and the Audio Now number, which is 1-605-562-7958. You can listen to us anywhere on your phone as well. So, we got the weather out of the way. First,
we'll talk 20 minutes on the weather, right?
First big thing to mention here. Yesterday was the Army-Navy football game. The 120th installment of the Army versus Navy football game. Navy won after losing the last three. So they snapped a little bit of a skid that they had. Navy picked up a 31-7 win against Army. Navy finishes 10-2. Finishes the regular season 10-2. They're on to a bowl game. And I can tell you what bowl game that is in just a second. It looks like they will have a bowl game on December 31st, and it will be the Liberty Bowl against the Kansas State Wildcats. So that is their next game. The Navy midshipmen picked up a win against Army, and now they are preparing for their bowl game that they have coming up. So
Congratulations to the Navy football game.
Absolutely.
That's always, everyone looks forward to that game. It's like, that game is just as, the rivalry is just like Ohio State and Michigan almost.
Yeah.
Those two teams, that's a real, I mean, that's well known. That they usually play that in like October or September or something like that.
Yes,
Yeah.
I believe so.
Yeah.
So, if you were listening or watching the game yesterday, give us a call. 508-822-1106. Give us your thoughts about the game.
Yeah, it was rainy yesterday. That's in Philadelphia too. So
Yeah, it was rainy.
rainy everywhere.
Rainy everywhere yesterday. Exactly. Yeah, rainy everywhere. So we have quite a bit to talk about today. We have a independence referendum that was voted on the past couple of weeks in the island of Bougainville, and that is off the coast of Papua New Guinea. We're going to talk about that a little bit later on the show. The independence referendum was passed. 98% of people who voted.
That was a non-binding, right?
It is non-binding. Yes. So Papua New Guinea can say can pretty much strike the results. But we'll talk about that. We will talk about that a little bit later on the show. We have quite a bit to talk about. We have the Middleboro Police Department is going to be offering a Citizens Police Academy at the beginning of next year. We'll talk about that as well. And we also have many other things going on as well for today's program. Today is December the 15th. We are halfway through the month of December. Only 10 more days until Christmas. Can't believe that. Wow. We're almost done with December, where Christmas is almost here. And this is the perfect time to go down to Williams Trading Post. They're located at 556 Wareham Street, Middleboro, Massachusetts. Their number is 508-947-1598. They have Christmas wreaths, Christmas trees, and any other Christmas related thing that you may need.
And plus the antique department, they have a lot of antiques, and I'm sure they got a lot of little knickknacks and all sorts of different things. A great place to do some of your shopping. If you want to doll up your house with, sometimes when people, they've really like set up their house. They love their Christmas thing. They set their tree up. They got wreaths, and they got these little antique items they put around the house, around the tree, like stuff from the 40s or the 50s or whatever. But I mean, you go to a place like Williams Trading Post, and I tell you, the imagination will be running away from you to set your house up, or just to get something nice for somebody who might appreciate anything. But definitely go down there and check it out, and you'll be happy. You'll definitely walk away with a few things. If you haven't put your tree up, if I was in charge of the Christmas tree department, I'd be putting my tree up this weekend. That's just me. You know, it's just perfect weekend. Maybe a lot of people wait till 10 days before Christmas. Let's put the tree up. The whole idea of that is it smells nice come Christmas. The tree's fresh, right?
Yeah.
You didn't put it up after October.
Yeah.
People put it up way too early in my eyes, but I guess that's what people like. But the whole idea of a fresh Christmas tree, you want to smell the pine, the pine. You want to smell the tree on Christmas morning. You just don't want the stale match in your living room. People water it and whatnot, but I don't know if I want to be. But I mean, if you haven't got your tree yet, go down to Williams Trading Post. I'm sure they have some left, and Christmas wreaths and any other things that you might want, I think.
All right, so we're going to take a quick break, and when we return, we're going to talk about the Middleboro Police Citizens Academy. We'll be right back.
Combat Veteran Motorcycle Association is an association of combat veterans from all branches of the United States Armed Forces who ride motorcycles as a hobby.
Okay.
Our mission is to support those who have defended our country and freedoms. Our focus is to help veteran care facilities provide a warm meal, clothing, shelter, and guidance, or simply to say thank you and welcome home. We have members from nearly all 50 states and living abroad. Many members continue to serve in our armed forces, with several serving in combat areas now. We sponsor and or participate in many motorcycle-related charity events each year, and as a nonprofit organization, donate to various veteran care facilities and veteran charities. To learn more about the Combat Veteran Motorcycle Association and how you can join or support, please visit cvma2-2.org.
No. 112.
TJ Driscoll Construction is based in Wareham, Massachusetts, serving the South Shore area and Cape Cod for 30 years. They specialize in septic repair and landscaping. Call TJ Driscoll Construction at 508-735-7966. Septic repair, new septic systems, retaining walls, foundations, and excavation. Lawn installations, tree and shrub installations. TJ Driscoll Construction. Again, the number is 508-735-7966. Call them today. You will not be disappointed. Spark Street Auto Body, located at 48 Spark Street in Brockton, Massachusetts, offers the highest quality collision repair and complete auto service for your car. They are a direct repair shop for all major insurance companies. You can reach them at 508-583-1495. They are open Monday through Thursday, 8 to 5, and 8 to 4 on Fridays. Call them today. You will not be disappointed. 508-583-1495.
Hi, this is Jim Larkin. Hope you can join me every Sunday from noon to 2 o'clock here on WVBF, The Sounds of the Emerald Isle. We'll have some great Irish music, some folk, traditional, country, and contemporary, and sometimes some live singers in the studio. And to make you laugh, some Irish comedy. And Sundays from noon to 2 right here on WVBF, 1530 Taunton, Middleboro, and on the internet at hometowntalkradio.com.
DK Driscoll Removal Services is the company to call to get any cleanup you may need to do around your house done any time of the year. You can call them at 508-725-2334. They remove construction debris, metals, railroad ties, tires, appliances, paints, and much, much more, like concrete, brick, asphalt, yard removal, brush, logs, and leaves. Also, basements, attics, garages, houses, and property in general. Again, the number is 508-725-2334. Call them today. You will not be disappointed in DK Driscoll Removal Services.
All right, we are back here at WVBF 1530 AM, Middleboro in review for December the 15th. And 99.7 FM as well for the FM. So, we have the Middleboro Police Department that's going to be offering the Citizens Police Academy starting January 9th. For the first time ever, the Middleboro Police Department will have its very own Citizens Police Academy open for the public. The purpose behind the program is to allow interested residents to see what it is their police department does. Both residents and officers benefit in getting to know each other in a positive environment, stated Joseph Perkins, Middleboro Police Chief. Beginning January 9th, 2020, the Police Academy will run for 10 weeks every Thursday night from 6 to 9 p.m. As Chief Perkins describes, students can expect to be instructed by officers on such topics as motor vehicle law, search and seizure, applied patrol procedures, and criminal investigations. So this sounds pretty fun. What are your thoughts? It sounds pretty fun.
Yeah, I think it'll just educate everybody. And any more news on that? Is it more like they're deputizing people, or just is it more of like an education thing?
It seems like it's more of an education
well, technically,
thing. Yeah.
Anybody can make a citizen's arrest. Technically.
Yeah.
But there's a big gray area on that too, because you got to make sure of how you make it. Meaning, if you think something's bad, and then you lock them in a room, you can go to jail for false imprisonment. So you got to really be careful of what you do. So I think I just think it's be more of a community policing thing. Anybody who would take the time, would you say 9 weeks or whatever?
10 weeks.
10 weeks.
So that would run from January the 9th to March 19th.
Okay. And it's every Thursday,
yes. Huh? Every Thursday, once a week.
Yeah. I'd think about doing it myself but I mean, being in the, working for an oil company, I can't get there by 6 o'clock every Thursday. It's never happened. Maybe you should try it, Joey. That might be something you might be interested in.
This program is free for Middleboro residents.
Why don't you look into it?
I will. I'll look into it.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Just make sure you have Thursdays off. You really don't do
Yeah,
anything after
absolutely.
6 o'clock on Thursdays.
No, I don't.
Unless you're working here.
Unless I'm working here, yeah. So this is free for Middleboro residents. And Chief Perkins adds that depending on its success, the department plans on the Citizens Police Academy being a biannual program. Interested parties can contact the police department for more information or stop by the station to fill out an application. Seating for the class will be limited to 30 people.
Okay. So, sounds like if it works out, they got to continue it. Oh, that's a great idea. Let's talk about hands-on.
It is a great idea. It's a good program that is going to really inform the people.
I remember when the selection was going on, and Chief Perkins was voted in. Oh no, wasn't voted in. The Board of Selectmen, and I liked I liked him from day one. I just thought he was the guy. And he said too in one of the. It just struck me too. They were in the process of working. They were at the old station at the time on Main Street there, and they had problems with it and stuff. And they were talking about. I think the Board of Selectmen were talking about Chief Perkins about. How would you feel about the station? How would you, And he said, I'd work out of a trailer. I don't care. You know what I mean? Whatever it takes. And I liked hearing that. I just liked hearing such an unselfish act for him saying that. That struck me. It's just sometimes the words just do it for me. And now they got a nice, beautiful station. Everything seemed to work out. They're right down on Wood Road there. But him saying that, I looked right at him when he said that. Cause I think I was sitting with you, and you were helping film the Board of Selectmen meeting, and they were doing the hearings, and they were interviewing Chief Perkins. Well, it wasn't Chief Perkins at the time, but and
Yeah.
him saying that, I'll work out of a trailer, whatever you give me, I'll make work. I think that's what he said. Whatever you give me, I'll make work. That can-do attitude is what. And I'm not surprised he's doing something like this. I'm not, because it's just giving back to the community.
Absolutely.
So that's awesome. They're doing that, and I'm sure it will be a success if Chief Perkins is behind it, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think there's interest in it.
He's a very good.
It will be successful.
Chief of Police.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have a referendum to talk about. So, over the past couple of weeks, the island of Bougainville has had a referendum on independence. And they are an island off the coast of Papua New Guinea, an autonomous region of Papua New Guinea. And as of a couple of days ago, they have voted for their independence. Like I said earlier, 98% of the people who voted for independence. The actual numbers of people who voted for independence are the following. 176,000 people, almost 177,000. That is 98.31%, and only 3,000 people voted for greater autonomy. And his total of votes was 181,000 out of 206,000, which meant that they had 87.5% voter turnout, which is very, very good voter turnout. Especially for these kind of elections, you would expect a very high voter turnout among the people who are voting for independence. And they definitely came out to vote. What are your thoughts?
Sounds like they want their own country.
Yeah.
Sounds like the people are motivated. Hopefully it works for them. Hopefully it's... but I mean, independence is a whole new can of worms. Think about it. I mean, now they're their own country. Now they gotta pretty much collect all their own taxes. They have to defend their own island. They have, I'm sure. I think Australia is the big brother in that area. No one's gonna mess with those islands, Papua New Guinea, any of those islands, without Australia stepping in. So technically, they're covered, but be more like more of a Coast Guard, more police, Coast Guard, sort of how like the Palestinian territories set up when after the Oslo agreement. They had their own police force, and they were pretty much policing until it kind of all fell apart. But I think it's not to get off track here, but I think more of the Palestinian territory or whatever under the Fatah, I believe would be, is more West Bank, and I guess it's splintered with the Gaza. Now Gaza is by Hamas, but they still do all their own policing. It's not like Israeli soldiers are inside. So technically, they're going to have to set up their whole military structure, and that could take some doing. And
Yeah, it could take a long time. Yeah.
that's
absolutely.
the whole thing. That's the whole thing. So that's good. They had a vote.
It's important to mention that this vote is non-binding, so Papua New Guinea can strike down the results if they choose to. But seeing as the vote ended up being 98% who voted for independence, ultimately I do not think that Papua New Guinea will contest the results of this referendum at this time. I don't think it will happen. So it was really good vote for
the whole idea is to really
Bougainville.
you kind of only guessing now because without more homework, you got to find out what the island economic engine is for Papua New Guinea. Is it
Bougainville has some very good economic things built into it. There was a mine there years ago, a pretty big mine, one of the biggest mines in the world.
What kind of mine?
It was a have it right here. Have it with me.
Like a diamond mine or something?
Copper mine.
Copper mine. Oh, it's a big deal.
It is a big deal.
Okay.
It is a big deal. So we'll see what happens. My thoughts, however, at the moment are I don't think Papua New Guinea will challenge the results due to it being 98% of Bougainville.
But you know what? To really dissect this, you need to look into it more and find exactly what the island's all about to Papua New Guinea's economy.
Yeah.
Okay? So you're just guessing. You're thinking, okay, because 98% of the people voted. So, but you really need to dissect them.
Yeah, absolutely.
The island itself and how it's going to affect Papua New Guinea. Because it's going to really affect their GDP.
Yeah, absolutely, because Bougainville has one of the biggest...
Right.
Had one of the biggest copper
mines. And if
mines.
Papua New Guinea turns around and says no, are they going to have resistance? Or are they just, okay...
I'm not sure.
So
I'm
that's
not
what
sure.
saying.
We're only guessing at this point.
Right. So
when it comes to that area.
So good talk show hosts would dissect that.
Yeah.
And read into it and look and read and study.
Yeah.
And then you'd know because you're just guessing because all you have is just election results.
Yeah.
You don't have the nuts and bolts behind it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So
maybe and because this independence vote.
Right.
I have an article here, and because the independence vote passed, Bougainville could be looking to revive the copper mine I'm talking about.
Okay.
So.
And then maybe if they become a country, they'll be the newest country to be. Obviously, they'll probably get in the UN. So.
Yeah,
a recognized country.
Yeah, absolutely. And also they'd have their own, they'd have their own way of making the money with this copper mine if they do decide to revive it.
Right. Well, they need to make, it's all new.
Yeah.
Country has to be self-supported, and plus they got to think about their defense.
Absolutely. I think that's the most important thing. What are they going to do with their defense?
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
The population of Bougainville of registered voters was 206,000. So that's quite a bit of registered voters for that area. So
I say
a lot of people voted.
Well, I mean,
80 something percent. 80.
Right.
A big margin.
But like I said, to get down to the nuts and bolts, you should dissect that and find exactly what everything's all about. And maybe it's a quick 5-minute read.
Yeah.
The GDP and everything, and then people can get their arms around it.
Yeah, you are right. Yeah, you are right. Ultimately, you are right.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll look into it some more and talk about it in a few weeks.
Well,
time.
This is really substance, not style. Style is the sealant.
Yeah, this is substance. This is important.
This is a real country.
This is now a real country.
This isn't some platform in off the coast of England or off Scotland.
This is a real country with real things going on in it. And
right.
This is very important, and we'll keep you informed about what's going on the next few weeks. We'll talk about this again in a few weeks' time.
I think we're the only radio show in the greater Boston area talking about this.
I think so. Or really, maybe in the whole New England.
Well, who knows?
Who knows? Who knows? Yeah.
All right.
So we'll talk about that again.
Maybe we'll get a call from Bougainville.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
The mayor or something.
Maybe I'll look into that. Maybe.
Yeah. Well,
see if I can do that.
It could be. It could be a brand new country popping up. You never know in a year or two.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Like I said, the independence vote did pass, but it is non-binding. So Papua New Guinea can strike it down. We'll see if that happens. At this point.
Good stuff, Joe. Good stuff.
We'll see if it happens. I'm not sure what will happen with that independence vote. So, we'll revisit this in a few weeks' time.
Can we go back to Middleboro now?
Yeah, I have some stuff about Middleboro.
Hence the name of the show.
Yeah, I have some stuff about Middleboro here.
They Festival Lights this weekend?
I will try to look that up.
I'm sure they do. I'm sure they have big weekends. They have it.
The Central United Methodist Church is going to be hosting a free holiday music performance. And that will happen next Sunday at 3 p.m. at the Central United Methodist Church at 14th School Street. This performance includes singers from 5 local churches, ranging in age from 9 to 80. Instrumentalists from local organizations will also take part in this remarkable piece, which introduces new arrangements and highlights traditional seasonal music with flair. The church is accessible and admission is free. Refreshments will be served. For information, email info@middleboroumc.com or call 505-947-2612. So, a holiday music performance coming up next Sunday. That should be very interesting indeed.
Yeah, that's great. A couple days before Christmas, too. Everyone's in the spirit, and that's the time to do it.
Absolutely, yes.
It really is.
A few days before Christmas, that is definitely the time.
Not 2 days after Thanksgiving, right around Christmas. Everyone's in the spirit. I start getting into the spirit. time myself. A week before, a week after, everyone's happy. You're walking around. All the people you deal with on a regular basis, you tend to, I mean, like if you go to the same coffee shop, you might, throw them a good tip. Stuff like that. That means more to me than receiving anything. I'd rather give. That's what it's all about. If I get a pair of socks, I'm happy.
Horizons for Homeless Children seeks holiday donations. Horizons for Homeless Children is seeking donations to support children in need in Hyannis, Bourne, and Falmouth this holiday season. Donations are accepted in a number of ways, including through the organization's Amazon holiday wish list, which allows items to be purchased online and shipped to the organization's office in Middleboro. Those interested in helping also can print out or email giving flyers to be shared with colleagues, friends, and family members, or print out giving tree tags to help families meet their exact needs. Donations can also be made directly to the organization. Unwrapped items can be mailed to Horizons for Homeless Children, 25 Wareham Street, Suite 2-23, Middleboro, MA 02346. Donations also can be dropped off in person from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. If you plan to drop off, please connect with a staff member in advance by calling 508-510-3250. For more information about Horizons for Homeless Children, visit horizonschildren.org.
What else you got? You got a big stack of papers over there.
I do. I have a lot of things still to talk about here.
Better get busy.
Next week, we're going to talk about what was formerly known as the Seawise Giant, which was formerly the biggest ship in the world prior to it being decommissioned and scrapped back in 2008. It was the biggest ship in the world, and I'm going to talk about that next week. So we have some pretty interesting things about it. We have an article about it.
Got all that scrap iron for Christmas.
Yeah. It was scrapped in India.
You know why they do that? You know why they take them to India?
Why?
Because of pretty much the environmental laws anywhere else.
Yeah.
They have a graveyard in India. If you go on YouTube and you type in scrap big ships India, it shows this whole area in India. They just beach the ships, and then they start taking it apart. And it's really dangerous. People die all the time.
It's in a town called Alung.
Yeah.
And that's where they go. That's where all the ships go.
Right, and I think it's like to scrap something legally in this country is so much involved because you have to do everything with comply with EPA laws and DEP laws or whatever state you're in, and you have to take it apart. You can't leave it there. You can't abandon it. Other countries, they don't have these rules.
No, they don't.
You might pay the who knows who you're paying. If it's a private beach, you pay. You just give us something. You can have it. Or put it over there.
Yeah.
And then walk away from it. It's like anything. If I'm in the demolition business and I do a demo, like I got out a house, I got to make sure everything is. I just can't throw the stuff out in the backyard on the pile. I have to pay to get rid of it. I have to either rent a dumpster, or I have to, if I do a clean out and I take paints and TVs, I have to take those to the right place. I just can't throw them in with the general rubbish. So, if you have any kind of anything like that, you have to go to a certain, which is fine. It's just that's why our environment is one of the cleanest in the world.
Yeah.
In my opinion. But, you know, India and China, well, hey, you know, I'm not saying China, but obviously I saw that video on YouTube. It's crazy. They got like 10, 15 ships parked on the beach, and the owners must just say, oh, hey, they must sign the ship over to whoever and then walk away.
So we will get more into that next week. That will be on our agenda for next week.
That was for next week. Oh my God, I was going on like it was for this week.
Well, we'll get into it a little bit more next week. We still have quite a bit to talk about.
It's very interesting how they scrap them in India, and how things go on, how things happen in India. It's just India is a very unique place.
Yeah, and the place where they do take them, and along India is one of the biggest ship graveyards in the world, pretty much.
India is not scared. The people are they're just unbelievable that they're sparing. Because if you ever, their trains are so packed, and they got people who ride on the roof, and they have like, this is no lie, they have 5 people that fall off the trains a day and die. But the trains don't stop for nobody. That's India. They got to make the trains on time. They are on time, even, you know, and people are riding on the roof. That's crazy. People are riding on the roof. They hang on, you know, they're coming inches from getting, people are falling off. That's just like rite of passage over there. It's crazy.
Yeah. So, what's your little 2-minute rant before we take a break?
I gotta think about it. We should take a break.
All right, we'll take a break, and then
going on Middleboro, because you got me going on this India thing. Maybe that was my rant.
Well, we have one more article to talk about. And then we're going to talk about today in history a little bit.
Yeah.
And we're about 13 minutes away from the end of the show. So,
all right,
we'll be right back here on Middleboro in Review for the December the 15th edition. We are on WVBF 1530 AM and 99.7 FM. We're also on TuneIn. Search up Hometown Talk Radio, and you'll find it. And also, we have the Audio Now number, which is 1-605-562-7958. Listen to this show and other shows on WVBF from anywhere you have cell phone connection. So, before we take a break, I want to mention Williams Trading Post. They are open. They've been open for a couple weeks now when it comes to the December season. And we're coming up on Christmas. We're 10 days away from... Oh, we got a phone call. All right. You're on WVBF. Good morning. How are you? Yes. I believe there's another weekend of it. And we're going to take a break in a moment. And if you keep listening, we're going to mention that as soon as we get out of the break. Okay? Thank you. Bye-bye. All right. We will have that when we return. All right.
Hey, I got nothing.
Middleboro Festival of Lights.
After School Rural Services is a company to
You got
call
nothing on that?
to get any
Nothing,
cleaning
nothing.
you may need to do around your house done
I don't know.
any time of the year. You can call them
What would they call for?
508
They called for a Festival of Lights.
2334. They remove construction debris, metals,
I'm sure
railroad
they're on
ties,
this every
tires, appliances, paints,
Yeah, I
and
don't know.
much more. Like
should know,
concrete,
don't you?
bricks,
You should know.
Festival of Lights
asphalt,
2019.
yard
Well,
removal,
I'll know in just a second.
brush,
I'll
logs,
know in
and
just a
leaves.
second.
Also, basements,
6th Annual
attics,
Festival of
garages,
houses,
Festival
and
of
property
Lights.
in
Yeah,
general.
today.
Again, the number is 508-725.
Canceled for 14th and 15th,
Call them
rescheduled
today.
for
You will not be
28th and
disappointed.
29th.
And DK Driscoll
Canceled,
Global
yeah.
Services.
They're not gonna do one on Christmas.
Guess not.
Hi, this
Says
is
right
Jim
here.
Larkin.
What?
Hope
Says
you can
right
join me
here.
every
Yeah,
Sunday from noon to 2 o'clock here on
Sunday,
WVBF, the sounds of the
December
Emerald Isle.
29th and
We'll have
Saturday,
some
December
great
28th.
Irish music, some folk, traditional, country, and contemporary, and
We're supposed to have it
sometimes
this
some live
weekend.
singers in the
I guess
studio. And to make you laugh, some
Oh.
Irish comedy. That's
I don't know why they
Sundays
wouldn't
from
have it
2
this weekend
right here
because
on
it's not raining.
WVBF, 1530 Taunton, Middleboro, and on the internet at hometowntalkradio.com.
Okay, 403, enter.
Spark Street Auto Body,
Call,
located at
woman on
48
there.
Spark
Woman.
Street in Brockton,
Sound
Massachusetts,
over?
offers the
Yeah.
highest quality collision repair and complete auto service for your car. They are a direct repair shop for all major insurance companies. You should reach them at 508-583-1495. They are open Monday through Thursday, 8 to 5, and 8 to 4 on Fridays. Call them today. You will not be disappointed. 508-583-1495.
Combat Veteran Motorcycle Association is an association of combat veterans from all branches of the United States
You
Armed
play Tom's
Forces
yet?
Yeah, I
who
did.
ride motorcycles
You gotta play
as a
Tom's
hobby.
yet?
Our
Yep.
mission is to support those who have defended our country and freedoms. Our focus is to help veteran care
a few weeks' time,
facilities
I can't
provide
play that,
warm
bro.
meal, clothing,
I'll-
shelter, and guidance, or simply to say thank you and welcome home. We have members from nearly all 50 states and living abroad. Many members continue to serve in our armed forces, with several serving in combat areas now. We sponsor and or participate in many motorcycle-related charity events each year, and as a nonprofit organization, donate to various veteran care facilities and veteran charities. To learn more about the Combat Veteran Motorcycle Association and how you can join or support, please visit cvma2-2.org.
Times change, and now you can hear
I love
Hometown
this
Talk
album.
Radio
Yeah,
with
dude.
me, Tony
Me too.
Holmes, every Monday through Friday, starting at 8:30 a.m. More calls, more issues, more guests, more questions. Join us every day, Monday
You got-
through Friday,
you got
starting
time
at
for one more?
8:30 a.m. for Hometown
Roger.
Talk Radio,
One more what?
only
Roger.
on AM 1530 WVBF.
I don't even know what that is.
You don't know.
Oh, wait a
Church
minute.
Light?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. 272.
This is Roger Haber. I'm the radio pastor here on WVBF, and I want to invite you to my program, Searchlight,
So they definitely
every
canceled this
Monday and
weekend?
Tuesday at 11:05.
Yeah, it says right
Join
here,
me
canceled
this
for the
Monday
14th and
Tuesday.
15th.
Searchlight,
Unless it changed. I don't
11:05,
know.
22nd,
right here
23rd.
on WVBF.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't
You
say.
might learn something
only says
about
28th,
God,
29th.
faith, your spiritual journey.
Maybe they didn't
Let's
have
meet
to-
together Monday and Tuesday,
No, I don't
11:05, right here on WVBF.
And we're back here on Middleboro in Review here for December the 15th. So we have the Festival of Lights, another weekend of the Festival of Lights coming up. It was supposed to be this weekend, but I'm looking at discovermiddleboro.com, and it says here that the Festival of Lights for December 14th and 15th has been canceled and has been rescheduled for December 28th and 29th, with Sunday December 29th starting at 4 p.m. and ending at 9 p.m. I don't have any hours for Saturday at this moment, but
Yeah, it's like this. They're talking about this weekend and then 2 weeks from now, and they're not saying anything about next weekend, which is what, the 22nd?
the 22nd and 23rd. I'm not... the 21st and 22nd, actually.
Oh,
It's
okay,
the
yeah,
next
right,
weekend.
Right,
It's
yeah,
next
Saturday,
weekend.
Sunday, correct.
Yes. They're not. It's not saying anything on the website here. At discovermiddleboro.com. It's not saying anything.
Maybe keep an eye out during the week and see. Maybe reach out to them and find out if they are. It's weird that they're not having it. Maybe. Who knows?
Yeah,
Maybe
I
they're not
don't
having it.
see it.
Okay.
I don't see it for to 21st, 22nd.
Okay.
But it looks like it's canceled for today and tomorrow. I mean, yesterday and today.
Yeah.
It did rain yesterday.
Right.
So.
And the rain has been like, we've been on the ropes with all this rain too. It's just, it seems like it's raining all the time.
I don't know about today. I don't think it's going to rain today.
Yeah, but it says it's canceled, right?
It does say it's canceled.
Okay. Well,
Yes.
just
So
we'll keep a close eye on that.
So it's rescheduled for the 28th
I
of
remember
December
last year
and
it was
29th.
every weekend, but I don't think we had the crazy rain with it. No one's going to come out in the rain.
No.
Nobody.
Nope.
Nobody.
Absolutely not. No. No one's going to come out in the rain.
Especially if we had so much of it. People aren't going to go risk getting sick. Every once in a while, yeah, maybe you'll do something in the rain, but if it's every other day, raining, just had so much of it, people they want to stay warm and dry.
Yeah. So we have today in history for December the 15th. And we have 3 today in histories to report on today. The first one, 1791. The United States Bill of Rights becomes law when ratified by the Virginia General Assembly. 2001. The Leaning Tower of Pisa reopens after 11 years and $27 million spent to stabilize it without fixing its famous lean. 1939. Gone with the Wind, highest inflation-adjusted grossing film, received its premiere at Lou's Grand Theater in Atlanta, Georgia, United States. And we have one birthday to report on today. J. Paul Getty, American English businessman and art collector, founded Getty Oil. And I was doing some research on Getty Oil this morning, and I saw that they did go out of business. They went out of business in 2012. So I just wanted to mention that as well. So that's our Today in History, and we have about 3.5 minutes left for Don's daily rant.
Oh boy. I didn't even thought that.
I mean,
out.
weekly rants.
Weekly rant. I did no homework at all. I don't know. Traffic. Let's talk about traffic. We have a discussion on traffic for the next 3 minutes, Joey.
Traffic. All right.
Okay. We talked about this before, where all the shortcuts have been taken away, and anybody like my father taught me all the shortcuts everywhere. Yeah, from West Roxbury out to Quincy, Hingham, even out this way. A lot of people are so dependent on their GPS that people don't venture out and look for new ways to get home. They just follow the GPS. They just go the same way because they don't want to get lost. Because the GPS told them to go down 24 and then go 93 and go that way. But no one just explores around anymore. Nobody takes a chance to find a new way I'd rather drive an extra 15 minutes and not stop than to sit in traffic. The worst carbon footprint is everyone sitting in traffic than moving right along. That's the worst carbon footprint. So sitting in traffic isn't good for the environment at all, if you think about it. So a lot of towns, they institute do not enter signs between certain times, no left-hand, no right-hand turns between certain times. They put speed bumps in. It's too bad, too, because we do it to ourselves. You have a certain amount of people who say, I don't want anyone going through my neighborhood. I want my kids safe. And I understand that. Everyone loves their children. So it's the same people, and every town and community is doing that. So the gridlock is only a few roads. So everyone's sitting in the same. There's no shortcuts are gone. people need to take responsibility. If you drive through a little neighborhood or you drive through a site, you need to go the speed limit. You need to be safe. But at least you're moving. So I think we do it to ourselves. We sit in traffic because we did it to ourselves.
Yes, absolutely.
You know, people flying down side roads. Of course, parents say, I don't want a guy going down my road doing 60. The highway's over there. But maybe 15, 20 years ago, when people did that road at 20 and was safe, it wasn't such a problem.
Yeah.
So the traffic is making everyone nuts. They're making everyone crazy.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And you can sit there and you could watch a gridlock. And once the people clear from it, they're nuts. They go crazy. They drive so fast. Like out of control. Like really, they're so impatient. They were sitting in traffic. Now the traffic cleared out and they're moving at regular speed. Now they're speeding. Now they're not safe. Yeah. So traffic doesn't do anything for the mind, for the psyche at all. It makes you more crazy. It makes you more unsafe.
All right. Well,
that's my rant.
Don's weekly.
You wouldn't want a daily rant with me.
Weekly rant here on Middleboro in Review.
Okay.
And we have a phone call here on WVBF. You're on Middleboro in Review. Hello? Oh.
Okay.
All right. We will see you next week here on Middleboro in Review.
And it's technically your Christmas show next week.
Yeah. It's our Christmas show next week. December 22nd, 2019. So join us then. We'll be back next week. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.
All right, awesome.
That's probably past the bankroll.
That was a good show. Good show. Good stuff. Good stuff. I'm behind.
Listening to the voice of Southeastern Massachusetts with news, sports, and talk. AM 1530 WVBF and FM 2599 DD 99.7 Middleboro, Taunton.
Awesome.
USA call.
That's probably Vancroft.
About
I don't
4,000
know.
more U.S. troops reportedly heading home from Afghanistan.
You know what you gotta play?
soon. The White House plans to make the
No, I
announcement
lost
this
the
week.
list.
According to NBC News, that would leave fewer than 9,000
don't
U.S.
know
troops in that country. Word coming just days after a special representative for Afghanistan reconciliation reached
I
out
to tell him I lost the list.
LSU quarterback
I
Joe
lost the
Burrow is the
list.
2019 Heisman Trophy winner.
Well, I didn't
After an
lose the list.
emotional acceptance
It was,
speech at the
in the middle of
ceremonies in
moving,
New York
yeah.
last
Yeah,
month,
I
Burrow
mean,
told
it was just
reporters,
thrown out.
When I got up there, all the
Bye-bye,
names of
everybody.
people
See you
that
next week.
helped me get